going to demonstrate placing a full-size Sovev, what we call a VAD sheet, into an aron of this kind or into any aron. Okay, this sheet goes the full length of the aron. I would move it. This is the center seam of the sheet. I would place it into the aron with enough material at the head so that it can be closed later, and also a little bit towards the right. Okay, maybe 2 or 3 inches more to the right than center. And the reason for that is so that when you wrap the body, the left side gets wrapped first, the right side has a little more length so that it will completely wrap the body and end up on the side rather than in the center where it's more likely to gap. So this is the way we normally put in a full-size sheet into the aron, skewed a little bit further to the right. Now, when you have a person that is very large, then you need to set up this aron differently. The problem is that the length of this material, even though it's quite a bit longer than a smaller Sovev, a smaller sheet, nevertheless, when you wrap the body, it's going to gap over the middle. If a person is very large on top or very large at the hips or the stomach is distended, this will not be sufficient. What you want to do in that case is the following. You want to place the Sovev into the aron on an angle, like you would a smaller sheet that has to be placed in a diamond shape. So you have it longer in the center, like a diamond up here. You then want to take the material over here and bring it over the right side. You want to place the Sovev into the aron on that angle where you have a lot of extra material along the side. The problem is that it's going to be dragging along the floor. So what you want to do is you want to fold it over once and maybe even another time. So now you have really a perfect diamond shape. Okay, it's like that. And you place the nifter or the nifteris into the aron. Once they are in the aron, then you lift the lower part of the body, bring all this material underneath, and now what you have is a much longer piece of material over here, because you have all of this extra material to be able to wrap the body appropriately on both sides. You have a much longer piece of material here. You wrap this side first, then you wrap that side, and you still have enough material underneath to be able to wrap the feet completely. That is how I would set it up, and this needs to be thought about. Before you set up the aron, you need to see the nifter, understand whether this person will need the Sovev placed the way we just showed you, or to be placed in the typical fashion where it's just put in as a rectangle.